Welcome back, everybody. That's a bright forehead, Matt. We got a little surprise coming. I think we're gonna get our tub alleyway deal today. Move some cows, salt some heifers, and that's what's happening on Ranching Sodak. We'd worked another group that I didn't film, and we pulled off a few dinks, and I only captured a couple of mothers that came back. We did end weaning a couple. Extra more little dinkers. I'm gonna dump some more creep feed in here. Well, this is over at where the solar pickup is and the tire tank. Thought I had a bunk drug out. I don't. I got them stacked up here, but I think I'll just put my salt in here anyway. For now, do that. Or should we drag this thing with the pickup? Ah, my chain is buried. Let's just dump it in here for now. My bubbler is running, but I got a hole here in this thing. Oh, I guess I got this unhooked too, huh? Yeah, that ain't gonna do nothing, Matt. Anyway, I need a new chunk of hose. But let's throw the blocks out here, huh? Summertime, I set them down, but in the fall, I throw them. It just makes sense. Well, they find all the burdock. Oh, I see this. This fence is off around these trees, but I see there's a calf in there. Actually, Trapper Bob sent me an old fencer. I should go get that and hook it up. That's what I'm gonna go do. Let's go grab that fencer, buzz around this fence here quick and see if there are any trees on it or whatnot. Maybe we'll go grab a fencer. I was like, well, why are there was like 7 or 8 calves in there when I was on that side, and I'm like, well, why are they in there? And then I come over here and I'm like, here's what's the problems is. I can't hoist that up at my age. Let's go get a chainsaw, then we'll get the chainsaw and the fencer. Maybe at least we know where they're getting in. We can chase them out here then. The rest of it looked good, so I'm sure that was the only problem. Hello? Chainsaw. Fencer. This is it. Trapper Bob right here. The Hot Shock 600 by Premier. And here's my saw. Let's grab ooh, that's an angle. Let's grab a chunk of hose to fix that bubbler too, as long as we're on major fix repair area on that group of cows. I think I got some in the shop. I suppose the first thing we should do is go and make sure these calves are out of here before we put the fence up and put a fencer on it. Oh, it's kind of funny. I suppose after we just drove around this thing, they realized they were maybe not supposed to be here, so they went back out. So let's get the old log off and get her fixed up. So in here, I think I had a 12-volt fencer in here, right here. That thing didn't really want to work through a inverter. I think I got power and ground leaving here, so we can just hang this 110er on here and plug it into the inverter. That's the goal. Let's see what happens here. Could be problematic. I think I got that drill in there. Have to look. The back window is open a long ways, Matt. Yeah, it is. Let's see if I got a drill. Yeah, you do. There we go. Easy money. Okay, moment of truth. Let's get a tester on it and see. So we got the air bubbler and the fencer plugged in now. I hear it snapping in the grass, telling me, oh boy, Matt, I see what I did. I went underground, or I mean coated wire into an actual piece of wire, so we gotta go shut it off and pull that out of the grass. And two hooks on. I got 3 point something, 3.5, 3.6, 7. I don't know where my ground is or what I did with the ground. If I just stuck something in the grass or what, but that could be part of our trouble. I think I better shut it off and check my ground. There was a well casing over here. I thought I'd come over and hook to that. Let's get this thing going now. I suppose this line here is not really UV. Well, I don't even know if this was the same crap, but it got real brittle and hard and cracked. We're back up and running. So some of you guys are probably wondering, what are you messing with a bubbler? But I got 4 goldfish in here that I'm trying to keep them aerated so we can have a fish fry later this winter. I think they'll be all right now. All right, moving along. Round 2, I got a helper now. Load. Gotta do a relocation program on this salt feeder. Skyview, pay attention. So I'd brought a semi-load of 80 heifers here the other day and added them into this group. And then there was 25 that got out and got in with some cows. On the last group we worked, and we sorted those off and brought them over here. So now we're getting kind of a big group over here. This is where they're all gonna end up anyways, but it's getting to be a lot for me to preg. It sounds like I might have to learn how to run the ultrasound machine if I can't get a plan figured out. But first we gotta get this new system. We gotta go get this little tub and chute deal, and then get it set up. And then we gotta decide about pregging them. We gotta steal this feeder, because I kept one of those this group of cows separate. We'll go load up with some salt, take you out there. I divided that water tank area. 2 groups at home are separate yet. And then I think we'll bring these heifers. There should be like 100 heifers yet over the hill here. Yeah, 90 something, I guess. Anyways, bring them through here, and then we can put them home and let them stand there for a couple days. I'm hoping we can start pregging those on Friday, maybe. We'll see what transpires. Well, there's a start of a bale grazing site out there that isn't fenced yet. The cows aren't really bothering it because so much grass, we need to fence it. So while we go out here, I'll probably bring the telehandler and a couple of wood posts for the corners. Sheesh, where'd that come from? We'll run this 1 strand of hot wire around it. Help me. Well, we're out in here. Here's the tank supply. I got an 8-footer with a bottom yet. Or no, I sold that yesterday. So I got a 12-footer with a bottom and then a bunch with riser pipes. But reach out if you need one. I can get them here pretty much weekly. I can get a load in. So let me know what you're looking for. We divided this water box. Worked out all right because we could just put a panel there, and then this was already here obviously, and then I had to just put 1 panel over there. But got a bubbler in here, it's quite vigorous. This was a group that you guys didn't get to see us work. Bunch of old cows in this one, so I kept this one closest to home, worked them last, so we'll probably wean these first, and then we can pull off them cows that are rough shape and start feeding them with the open cows, and then just sell them all to anybody that's got a hip, you know, showing and goofy old. All right, let's do this. I'm gonna have you drag it. Whoa, there you go. Don't tip it over, naughty girl. I don't know what there was, like 60 some bales. Steve, when he was here, he set them up I need to put another probably 2 semi-loads in there to fill that gap, and then kind of extend this and then fill that corner up. But we're just gonna put a post in here and then go down there and put a post in. We'll run a hot wire around these trees.
One post in. Nice. Nice and soft ground. Or gives you option.
So my job will be to drive, and her job will be to put posts in. Let's drive and put the wire up first. See, they've been out here for like, I don't know, a couple, 3 days. Some of these bales, they haven't even touched them or looked at them, you know. They rubbed on a few when they came out here, but it's like going into a buffet. You're not gonna go and eat the coleslaw and the stale croutons before you eat all the prime rib. So they're just out here eating all the best grass first. And then they would slowly start to eat those bales, but we don't need to feed them any hay yet. No,
the post pounder 800.
Hammer got taken out of the pickup.
Well, folks, the good news is then Matt took on the pounding job, so.
This thing we made, me and Dane made it thinking we could put it on here like this, and then you could hit it with a 2-pound hammer, a bigger one. So, kind of worked, kind of not, but I'm using it as a hammer right now.
Last post. See you, Matty.
Oh, 3.4. Good enough.
Set up a little electric fence here to get the heifers a nice smooth path right into that gate. So here we go. Alrighty. And our little helpful fence. The same place we brought the old cows home, through this little alley here that we built. Same thing. Some push-in posts, some poly wire. Just helps those heifers gonna stay focused and aim for the gate instead of going on a little walkabout that we don't want to do. So that will be handy. This is kind of a fake shot because you can't really see those specks of black out there, but Matty's had a bit of a workout getting the heifers to all end up in the same section of the pasture with a couple of water gates to go through, but here they are, all on this side, ready to make their way this way and head home.
I think as long as they don't head north.
I can come and push on them a little bit. There goes some. Go in, ladies. Mission accomplished. Do a little infomercial for ourselves using turbo wire.
Yeah, I would say if your cows have seen a hot wire, using a twine string or a turbo wire to guide them a little bit. Now, you know, I've seen like Greg Judy and stuff, he'll run like mile on each side of the road. I'm not really into that. If there's no fence and there's no crop, I really don't care. Cows don't seem to want to vary off the road, but to make these turns, so like that thing's way down there and it starts to angle them, you know, and we actually could have pushed it up against the road, you know, 100 feet down there. So it starts creeping them over to that ditch where the gate is. It's worth your time. The 15 minutes it takes to set up and tear down, it could save a lot of trying to chase them into a hole they don't want to go. Oh, open sesame. All right, we're on our way down to get this new hydraulic tub and chute combo machine. So we'll see what she looks like. We'll see you when we get there. We made her. There's a chute. I think this is what we're going to look at right here. Okay, let's get out and take a quick peek at it. Yeah, it does look a little small. I thought the one that I looked at first was 40 feet long. But see, that tub folds out is the deal. This thing pivots out, so this tub becomes twice as big is the deal. But she's all hydraulic jack, hydraulic gate there, and a hydraulic gate back here. So you really don't need any buddy by this alley. It's kind of just like you're having two chutes, essentially. Floor is solid, not dropped through. Can't tell if the chute is longer or the same length. Shorter, actually. It's not very long. Wonder how long an actual chute is here. I thought they were like 12 feet, but I'm guessing they're the same. 10 foot on this. All right, take a look at this thing here. The thing I didn't want was this, is it's a hydraulic head holder. I wanted hydraulic neck extenders on here. So we're gonna maybe try to get those coming.
You know it's just free down there?
Well, it hits there. I'm not sure. How does that work? How does that thing open up when the, looks like it hits these? Where do they go? They must come off. All right, I gotta put you down. We're gonna fire this thing up and play with it a little bit, see what happens. Stand by.
There's a pin right there. Got a lot to learn about this.
I think we got her put together. So it's basically a bud flow tub. I don't know if you could technically really load it from this side. I suppose you could, but see, it
stopped here.
It hits.
With your fence.
So you could bring them down here and then stuff them in like this. For our application, we're gonna bring them in this way, I believe. We're gonna bring them in like this. Straight in and around. If they go in, they'll see this is like open, and they gives them a chance to come over here, chill for a second, and then go back. Oh, she caught me.
It is a slam, so that's nice.
Yeah. All right. He does have another chute alleyway here with the neck extender that I believe I want, because I don't know that I like this cradle thing. There again, I have never tried one like this. Maybe it'll be fine. We're gonna take her and try her, but let's walk over here and see what a neck extender looks like. So this one is, I believe it's an 18-foot alleyway, and then the same, it's a little different chute, I guess. It's a little bigger.
Instead of, they open from the...
So this one's a little different, and then it's got the neck extender is what I wanted. I think is one of these. Yeah, it's funny because it is, some of that stuff is just built a little bit different. The jacks are a little different. Here we would have to build permanent bud boxes at the places, or or make some type of bud box to get them down the alleyway. We put the tub back together. We didn't remember how we did it, so we played around a couple different ways, but I think it was kind of hard to get this panel over top of this ear, but I looked on this and this would just slide up. So this gate, so I'm thinking what a guy could do is put the jacks down and then put a block of wood underneath here and then let it settle back down. So this gate actually lifts up, then it would set on that hook better. So that was one little thing I learned, but we're gonna jack her up now. Hooked up, we're ready to rip home. All right, this is going to be the test. We'll get her home to Jim's, we'll get her set up, get our fence built, see how she works. If she works, I'm going to promote her. If it doesn't work how I think, then we'll probably come back and we'll try something else. But I'll let you know before I tell you what they're worth, and if you guys should be looking for them. But so far, I'm thinking it's going to be good. I haven't found anything I don't like about them yet, but I haven't ran anything through it also. So stay tuned. Where we are at in South Dakota, these things, he can get them direct shipped. So it don't matter where you're going to be located, where you're watching this. If I like them, I'll tell you who they're coming from, and then you can give them a call and they'll get directly shipped right to you. So don't worry about where you're at. All right, so folks, thanks for tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one. Peace.